social network built in, people have all their friends there, and that really is the key. They want you to get roped into their ecosystem through a strong network effect such that leaving the ecosystem causes pain, a bit like trying to, leave Facebook or leave Google. So that's really the thing with Valve. They've created a near monopoly, really that their customers are trying to defend. So it's tricky. On the whole, I think the Epic Store is good for the industry,
Cyclone,
and I think especially
Counter
for devs and publishers. But will that good trickle down to consumers? Well, hopefully. So a lower revenue split
Sanctuary,
will make games break
Hand
even
of
with less
Protection,
sales, and it will make successful games even more profitable.
Vengeance
Now,
Shield
for indies,
Down,
that is extremely important. Middlemen having less of a cut puts more money in the hands of
Protection
the people
Down,
who are actually making
Renewal,
the games, and
Freedom,
that could lead to a more healthy market.
Thorns,
Additionally, Epic Games being able
Barkskin,
to exert market
Avenging
pressures on
Wrath,
Valve could force them to be
Arcane
more competitive
Torrent,
by lowering their cut,
Solar Beam,
which has those
Thorns
down
Down,
benefits as well as might, make Valve further develop their features to be
Hammer
more
of Justice,
competitive. We might have already seen some of this with Valve reducing their 70-30 to a
Divine
75-25
Shield,
for games that have over 10
Divine
million
Shield,
sales, which is good, but it's a move that understandably ticked off a lot of indies for whom that percentage does
Bubble
actually matter a
Down,
lot. No
Freedom,
doubt it's a move to court the
Pony,
AA and AAA games, but that clearly did not work in the case of Metro Exodus. So I would say this, competition absolutely is good. If it comes at the expense of a bit of short-term chaos, then that might be okay, because the worst thing we can have is lazy incumbents who don't feel the need to innovate and slowly strangle the market's growth potential by something like 30%, where really less would do. Now, of course, the exclusives are very annoying indeed. What would be a better way of doing this and still growing the Epic Games Store? Well, maybe offering a 5% discount versus other stores. That way, the publisher and the dev are still ahead in terms of the money that they make, and the customers would have the saving passed down, which would make the Epic Store a good value proposition for them. However, it's dangerous to do that early, because it decreases the perceived value of a game, and it also reduces the possibility to do large sales later on, because a large percentage sale does kind of rely on a decently high base price. And I know, here, I do sound like I'm being the nasty money man, but I'd rather explain the decision making than just sit here on a camera and thrash about the place, make a tit out of myself, and not really have precision. I think that understanding how the industry works is important, because it means we can make more informed decisions and be better customers, and that allows us to exert the market pressures that we desire.
Shield Down.
Sort of the groups. Anyway, so another part of this lower revenue split actually could mean that deeper sales could be possible in the future and still be good for the publisher and dev, and that could be another way to make the Epic Store more enticing. Or maybe if Epic really wanted to get goodwill and grow the store, they could offer store-level discounts by having it come out of their cut. If they purely wanted growth, then that may have been a way to do it that would endear them to customers. But as it stands, though, they risk angry customers and an increased level of piracy, because at the end of the day, piracy is a service problem. Why not just download a cracked version of Metro and manually link the exe to Steam? A lot of people are probably going to do that. So really, that's what Deep Silver and Epic are facing against. And then finally, there's another bit of Epic news with Improbable Gate. So Improbable are a company who make a back-end platform called Spatial OS, and that's really handy for making multiplayer games. Now, the way in which they were doing things and hosting their stuff was breaching Unity's terms of service. The more that I've looked into it, basically, it seems like Unity pretty much are right or have a point, but they managed to wholly bungle up their initial PR, and that really did make them look bad. Now, the issue has since been resolved with Unity updating their terms of service, and really it's set up in a good way for the future. But the thing is that Improbable released a blog post that said that Unity's decision would ban Spatial OS games and really hit the devs who are using it currently, and then Epic Games set up a 20 million dev support fund. But the thing is, that was actually never true, and Unity were never going to do anything that would impact existing devs who were using Improbable, or Spatial OS. Yet, Epic, knowing that, went in with their 20 million support fund for the PR. And it's kind of interesting. On many fronts, we basically just see Epic trying to set themselves up for future market domination, both through the store that we buy games from and the engines that are used to make the games. Imagine if Valve's Source engine had have been dominant during the 2000s and the 2010s. Having one company with large control over both the engine and the storefront, that is actually getting a bit unsettling for me. What would happen in the future? Would Unreal 4 devs find themselves pressured to go with the Epic Store? Maybe not now, but in 10 years, who knows? It's absolutely something worth keeping tabs on. For now, though, it's annoying
Avenging
for customers,
Wrath.
no doubt. The
Hemorrhage
worst case
Justice.
scenario is that the Epic store is a massive victory and we just have another near monopoly. The best case is that they get
Freedom.
locked in a decade-long battle with Valve
Pony.
that drives innovation in both product and business model, with customers getting more robust stores and developers getting a higher share
Avenging
of
Wrath.
profits. Which way will it go? Well, we're just going to have to wait and see. But there you go. That is my thoughts on the really Epic Games versus the world